Acharei mois shnei bnei Aharon. After the passing of the two sons of Aharon, Aaron, our portion this week begins by telling us various laws that were communicated to Moshe after the passing of the two sons of Aaron. They had passed away. Hashem had taken their lives because they brought an alien sacrifice. The two sons, Nadav and Avihu they were called, they brought an alien sacrifice in the tabernacle which wasn't requested, and Hashem took their lives away. And after this we are told various laws which we shall look at this week. There is a fascinating midrash. The midrash tells us that Job, the character Eov, Job, Kivan Sheshama Eov, once Job heard Misas Shnei Bnei Aaron, the death of the two sons of Aaron, of Nadav and Avihu, Omar, he said, Afle zois yechrad libi, also to this my heart will tremble. What is going on over here? What's the connection between Job, Eov, and the death, the passing of the two sons of Aaron? The connection is very fascinating. Our rabbis tell us that Eov was an advisor to Paro, to Pharaoh in Egypt, when he decreed that all the sons, all the Jewish boys should be killed. There were a number of people. One of them was Yisro. Jethro was one of the others who ran away. He ran away at this time when the decree was made. And Eov, he kept silent. He felt, I can't do anything. He kept silent. He didn't even try and challenge Pharaoh. And he was punished for, with as we know from the story of Job, when we look into it, he had a lot of suffering throughout his life. And he was punished because of this. And this is what he now understood. When he was by Pharaoh, as I said, he was quiet, he didn't respond. And Nadav and Avihu, when we look at the story of Nadav and Avihu, the Medrash tells us that these two sons of Aaron, Nadav one day said to Avihu, when will Moshe and Aaron, when will our father and uncle, the old people, when will they pass away so that we can already take over? And because of this, their life was taken away when they brought this alien sacrifice. Hashem took their life away early, prematurely, because they had, or Nadav had said to Avihu that he wished that Moses and Aaron, Moshe and Aaron would pass away. Now we can understand why Nadav might be punished because he said something like that. But Avihu, what did he do wrong? The answer is very powerful and very frightening, which is what frightened Eov. The answer is that Avihu listened. He didn't respond and say, how can you say such a thing? This is something terrible to say. He simply listened, which in a way gave his acknowledgement and agreement to what Nadav was saying. When Job heard that both Nadav and Avihu had been killed because of what had happened, that Nadav had said something bad, Avihu had listened to it, he recognized that he too is going to be punished, and is being punished throughout his lifetime because that he kept silent when somebody said something wrong. And that's why he said, Aflazos, also for this, when he heard about the passing, Yecharad Libi, my heart trembles, now I understand why I am being punished so badly. It is because I kept silent when I should have tried to challenge Pharaoh, challenge Paro, when he decreed that the sons, the Jewish boys, should be killed and thrown into the Nile. Later on in the portion, we are told about a very unique and very special mitzvah that we don't very often get the opportunity to perform. And that is the mitzvah of kisui dam be'ofar, covering the blood of animals once they've been slaughtered with earth. We cover them up, and there is a mitzvah to do this. The Torah says, V'shafach damai, that if a person is to kill an animal, shechted, to slaughter it, V'shafach damai, he shall pour out the blood, V'chiso be'ofar, and he shall cover it with earth. The Midrash tells us, very fascinatingly, that the reason for this is as a reward to the animals. When Cain killed Hevel, Cain and Abel, we're all familiar with the story. Cain killed his brother Abel, and Hevel's body was lying there on the ground. It was really very unpleasant, and it was something that was not very nice. And the animals came, and there were animals that actually created the Midrash tells us, created a burial place for Hevel, for Abel, and he was buried in the ground. And God gave in the Torah reward to the animals and the birds who participated in this. Because of this, they were rewarded by the fact that their blood, when it's poured out on the ground, will be covered when they're slaughtered for eating. Their blood will be covered as a reward for the covering that they did of the blood of Abel when it was lying in a disgusting way, so to speak, on the ground, which is the reward that they got. Towards the end of the portion, we are told, Hashem tells us, Es mishpatai ta'asu ve'es chukotzai tishmeru loleches bahem ani Hashem lekechem. Es mishpatai ta'asu. My mitzvahs, my commands you shall do. Ve'es chukotzai ta'asu, my statutes you shall perform. Loleches bahem, to go in their way, to go in them, walk in the ways of them. Ani Hashem lekechem, I am the Lord your God. What is being told to us over here is that the reason that we should keep the commandments is not in order to get some reward. As mishpatai ta'asu ve'es chukotzai tishmeru, the reason that we should keep and perform God's statutes and commandments is loleches bahem, in order that we should go in the ways of the commandments and the ways of Hashem. That itself is the reward. The reward of a mitzvah, as our rabbis tell us in Ethics of Our Fathers, Sechar mitzvah mitzvah. The reward of one mitzvah is another mitzvah. It's the fact that we can go in the ways of Hashem, that we are performing the Torah, and we get the opportunity to do another one. That is what the Torah is telling us. However, the verse finishes off by saying, don't think that there's no reward at all. We shouldn't be performing the mitzvahs in order for reward. That is true. We should be doing it for the sake of keeping a mitzvah, for the sake of Hashem, lo lechetz bahem, to go in those ways, to go in the ways of Hashem. But Ani Hashem lekechem, the Torah, Hashem finishes off the verse with, I am the Lord your God. What does it mean, I am the Lord your God? Our rabbis tell us, I am Ani Hashem ne'emon, he is believed, l'shalem sechar, to pay reward. Now there is a reward. There is a reward that we will get for performing the mitzvahs. There's a type of reward we get in this world, a greater reward that we get in the world to come, but ultimately that's not the reason why we should perform it. The reason we should do the mitzvahs is for the sake of the mitzvah. And yes, we will be rewarded, but that really is extra. That's not the reason we should perform the mitzvahs. It's not because it benefits us in some way that we enjoy, but rather because this is the ways of Hashem, and as a consequence we will be rewarded. Thank you for watching. Do share the video with your friends and family, and I look forward to speaking to you soon.